Hi there pluckers, Ivor Saltfingers again with hopefully another interesting guitar lesson for you. This time obviously you probably recognise the song now. It's Paul Simon's classic song 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Standard tuning, no capos, okay, so this is my take on this song, okay, for a single guitar. So we're going to start obviously with the intro. What I played through on the demo there was purely the intro. The first half of the intro is the same for the verses as well, but the second half of the intro is purely for the intro. The second half of the verses is slightly different, if you understand, okay? So let's go through the intro for you to start with, good place to start. So I'm starting on this shape here, which is an E minor or a G6, depending on what you want to call it, okay? What I'm playing here is, if you can imagine a G shape, a G chord on the 3rd fret, played as an F chord shape, but on the 3rd fret, and add your pinky to the 5th fret of the 2nd string, the B string, and just play 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? That is a E minor or possibly called a G6, okay? I'm going to call it an E minor, okay? So that's your first chord. Second chord is a D6, right? And it's 2 fingers. I'm using my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and my 3rd finger is playing the 2nd fret of the top E string. The D string, 4th string is open, and the 2nd string is open, the B string, okay? Again, 4, 3, 2, 1. Most of these chords are just playing the top 4 strings, okay? So far we've got E minor, D6. The 3rd chord is a form of C major 7th. And the way I'm playing it is barring the first 4 strings on the 5th fret with my 1st finger, and then putting either your 3rd finger or pinky on that 7th fret of the top E string. Again, 4 down to 1. Okay, so far we've got E minor, D6, C major 7. Then what I'm playing is what I call an A diminished. Okay, 7th fret, 1st finger, 7th fret of the 4th string, 2nd finger, 7th fret of the 2nd string, 3rd finger is playing the 8th fret of the 3rd string, and pinky is playing the 8th fret of the top E string. Again, 4 down to 1. Should sound like that. Okay, so now we've got E minor, D6, C major 7, and A diminished. Next chord is a straightforward E minor chord played up here. Okay, can you imagine an E minor bar chord played on the 7th fret? Okay, but I'm actually only using this 1st finger to play the top E string on the 7th fret. Okay, so minor shape. So 1st finger is playing the 7th fret of the top E string, 2nd finger is playing the 8th fret of the 2nd string, the B string. 3rd finger is playing the 9th fret of the 4th string, the D string, and pinky's playing the 9th fret of the 3rd string, the G string. 4 down to 1 again, another E minor inversion, okay? So far we've got E minor here, D6, C major 7, A diminished, E minor. Then we go down to another diminished. This one's an F sharp diminished. Same shape as the A diminished that you played just now, but starting on the 4th fret. So 1st finger, 4th fret of the 4th string, the D string. 2nd finger is playing the 4th fret of the 2nd string, the B string. 3rd finger is playing the 5th fret of the 3rd string, the G string, and pinky is playing the top E string and the 5th fret. 4, 3, 2, 1 again. Okay, so now we've got E minor, D6, C major 7, A diminished, E minor, F sharp diminished. Now we go to a B7, a form of B7, simple one. First fingers barring the first 4 strings of the 4th fret. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you add either whichever finger is more comfortable for you, second finger, third finger, whatever, on the top E string on the 5th fret, fret 5, okay, top E string. Again, strumming 4 down to 1, okay. B7. So, E minor, D6, C major 7, A diminished, E minor, F sharp diminished, B7, and then finally for the first half of the intro, a B, I'm going to call it B augmented. Okay, first finger is playing the 3rd fret of the top E string, second finger is playing the 4th fret of the G string, 3rd string, my 3rd finger is playing the 4th fret of the 2nd string, the B string, and pinky is playing the 5th fret of the 4th string, the D string. Again, 4 down to 1. So that's the whole first half of the intro, and it's also the first half of every verse. Okay, so E minor, D6, C major 7, A diminished, E minor, F sharp diminished, B7, B augmented. Now the second half of the intro is E minor again, like you did originally, that shape you've used before. D6, you've used that one before. Back to the E minor. A new one for you, another diminished, this time I'm going to call this E flat diminished. You could call it D sharp, I'm going to call it E flat, okay. Same as the 2 diminished done before shape wise, but starting on the 1st fret of the 4th string, the D string with the 1st finger, second finger is playing the 1st fret of the B string, the 2nd string, 3rd finger is playing the 2nd fret of the G string, the 3rd string, and pinky is playing the 2nd fret of the top E string. Again, 4 down to 1. So second half of the intro, E minor, D6, back to the E minor, then this E flat diminished, back to the E minor again, then we have a very simple A minor 7th, barring the first 4 strings on the 5th fret, and that's it, just a single bar, 4 down to 1 on the 5th fret, and then a straightforward E minor, simple E minor chord, okay, and that is the whole intro. Okay, so let's do the whole intro very slowly. I'll call out the chords for you. Okay, E minor, D6, C major 7, A diminished. Oh, sorry about this.
Message for you, then.
Turn him off. E minor, F sharp diminished, B7, B augmented. Second half coming up with the intro, E minor, D6, E minor, E flat diminished, E minor, A minor 7th, E minor open. Okay, so that's exactly what I played on the demo, the intro. Okay, now the verse section is, the first half of the verse is exactly the same as the first half of the intro. So that's E minor, D6, C major 7, A diminished, E minor, F sharp diminished, B7, B augmented. But the second half of the verse is slightly different to the intro, okay? So second half of the verses is E minor, as usual. This time D6, C major 7th, A diminished, just like these, you know, first part of the verse, E minor, A minor seventh with that single bar across the first 4 strings, E minor. Okay? So that's the verse. So let's do the whole verse now. So E minor, D6, C major 7, A diminished, E minor, F sharp diminished, B7, B augmented, E minor, D6, C major 7th, A augmented, A diminished, E minor, A minor 7th, E minor. And then some verses it goes E minor again, A minor 7th, however you wish to play it. You could play it here. I prefer that, probably sounds more like the record actually. So some verses end up with a single E minor, and some verses you end up on E minor, and then you double up on the end of the verse and you go E minor, A minor 7th, E minor. It's just before it goes into the chorus, okay? It doubles up on that, E minor. So coming out of that end of the verse, you would go, where it goes, 2 ways to ease your lover, 50 ways to leave your lover, that sort of thing. 50 ways to ease your lover. So basically E minor, A minor, 7th, E minor. Okay? Then it goes, the chorus itself, very, very simple. Okay? Get on your verse. It's just 3 chords basically. G, it's best placed on it, probably best played as bar chords. G bar chord 3rd fret. Then I'm playing a B flat as a bar chord on the 1st fret, and then 3 fingers or bar on the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings on the 3rd fret. And then what I'm doing is I'm playing a C 7th there. You can play a C chord or a C 7th, okay, whichever you feel sounds best to you. A C chord obviously is the same as the B flat, but 2 frets up, okay, back to the G, or you can play a C 7th, so just barring on the 3rd fret, 1st finger, and then the 5th fret of the 4th string and the 2nd string. Or you can play it as bar chords here, so 6th fret bar chords, and then 8th fret, back to G. Okay, so it's just basically 3 chords: G, B flat, however you wish to play it, C7, and then back to G. And then there's a bit of a lull, and it goes back into into the verses again. Okay, so there you have it. That's all there is to it. Okay. Thanks very much for watching, listening. Hope it helps you play that song, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.